Hi, I'm Alia. I'm a 15-year-old passionate about solving the world's biggest problems. And today, I have a hypothesis.
So there we have it, a fully working photobioreactor.
I now officially have started my experiment by growing microalgae in this tube.
And these bioreactors are going to be sitting here growing microalgae and absorbing nitrate and phosphate from the water inside. And that's my entire experiment.
Today, I am at a very real-life wastewater treatment plant.
And I'm really excited about this data. It's super awesome to see that the microalgae are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing.
And that's it. Round 1 is complete.
The day has finally come. I am starting round 2 of my experiment. I am super excited about this because round 1 went really well. I learned a whole lot of stuff that I'm going to be putting into round 2. And today I'm going to be transferring the algae into the bioreactors to start off this phase. So first thing I needed to do today was make my way over to the lab I've been visiting for a few things now. Today I had to go get and fill my bioreactors with deionized water and then add a bunch of medium to them, which I did in the lab. I used the same system I did before with the deionized water pump and the micropipettes, and I basically got all the chemicals and stuff that the algae need to grow into the bioreactors, with the exception of nitrate and phosphate. Nitrate and phosphate were a little different from the other chemicals, because they're the ones I'm adjusting in round 2 of the experiment. In round 1, it was all the same across all 3 bioreactors. But for round 2, I'm trying to simulate the actual conditions of wastewater with nitrate and phosphate. I'm going to have a low concentration, a medium concentration, and a high concentration of nitrate and phosphate that are typically found in wastewater. So that part was added a little differently, different between each bioreactor, unlike the rest of the chemicals. And now, after having done all that in the morning, I have brought the bioreactors back down to the basement lab to get the algae in them. But I want to quickly tell you about some of the improvements I've made to the experiment since round 1 from what I've learned. First of all, I'm using much more concentrated algae from my old experiment. You can see this one's way more green than the one I started with in phase 1. And hopefully that'll make sure that the algae grow faster and get me faster results. The other thing I did was buy a nitrate meter that is actually quantitative, so I don't have to use one that's more qualitative like the one I was using before. Hopefully I'll be able to explain a little bit more about how this one works next week. And the last thing I did was to connect the bubblers to the bottoms of the bioreactor instead of how they were floating at the top. If you look closely at the bioreactors, you can see that the bubbler tubes, the part that push air into the bioreactor, are now actually at the bottom. I weighed them down with rocks, and they're at the bottom of the bioreactor so that air can actually circulate all the way up through the water, through all the algae, and up to the surface, which is a lot better for circulating carbon dioxide, which the algae really need. And now, the time has come to get the algae into the bioreactors. So this time, in addition to having really concentrated algae, I'm also putting 200 milliliters of algae into each bioreactor, which is way more than I started with last time. And really the whole goal is just to get results faster and get the algae to grow faster and remove nitrate and phosphate faster. So what I'm going to be doing is using a tube to get algae into the bioreactors. This is a 25 milliliter tube, and in order to get 200 milliliters, I need to put 8 of these full ones of the algae into each bioreactor. So I'm going to do that. So there you go. Phase 2 of my experiment has officially started. I'm really excited for how this is going to go. I think I've learned a lot over the course of phase 1, and I think phase 2 has the potential to give me some really good results. And I'm really excited about that. I'll be continuing to post updates about that every week as this goes along, so make sure to stay tuned if you're interested in that. So far, the bioreactors are looking good, and I'm super excited for what's going to happen in the next episode. So as always, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.